This year's from the Mirror. Meghan Markle's dad, Thomas, struggling in 500 pounds a month Philippines flat. I like bringing this up because it really shows a little bit of a wider scope of who Meghan is, in my silly opinion. There he is. He doesn't look like he's in the best shape, by the way, but okay, that's not relevant. Obviously, none of us know everything about what happened between him and Meghan behind closed doors, but seems to me it would have to have been really extreme to cut your father off like this when you fall into like tens of millions of dollars. So I'd bet, because of that, I'd play the odds that Meghan is just kind of outcasting him and maybe embarrassed about him or something. But like I said, speculation here, that's my silly opinion. Meghan's estranged father is living in a 500-pound a month high-rise flat in the Philippines, where he's being cared for by her half-brother. They say he's moved to this island called Cebu in the Philippines, 7,000 miles away from Meghan and Harry. They've got some pics of him, and I mean, sometimes you get split up from your family. As you get older, you get your own family. But if possible, if I had the control, I would want to live close to my parents. I know people who don't, and I don't because we don't have the control to just, move so easily. But my feeling is I'd want to be close. And Meghan has that control to move him closer. So I just feel it's shady. Here's a little pic of the island. Here's their little logo with their island you kind of find online. Looks kind of nice. And here he is. Looks like that must be Meghan's half-brother. They say he's not in great shape. He's had 2 heart attacks and a stroke, and the humidity in the island is like off the charts. 90% they say. Also, on top of that, he's got a walking stick. So, you'd think Meghan would be like, you know what? My dad's had heart attacks. He's had a stroke. He's 80. He's getting towards the end. Maybe, just maybe, I should do a little something. They say that her half-brother and him have a great relationship, and they're still getting used to living in the Philippines. Wish I had a bit more context for you guys. Why did he choose the Philippines? What happened in Meghan's past with him? But I don't think anyone could totally know anyway. But even here, what we see on the surface level, we can make, some general assumptions. There's an older picture of him and Meghan who pretty much looked fake back then too. They say before he moved here, he was living 250 miles away from Meghan and Harry, which is, not that far, a couple hours, I guess. They do say he took boxes with him that included pictures of Meghan and family photos, probably like the ones they show. They then say the island is about 1/3 poverty, and it's way different from the way Harry and Meghan are living this, multi-million-dollar lifestyle. And that's my point too. They've got this picture of his half-brother who is seen with a Filipino girl. No real way to know who she is, and I honestly don't care so much whatsoever. And they mention Harry, who is also not on good terms with his family. What a little coinkydink. Harry marries Meghan, and both their families isolate from them. And no one likes them, really. So, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subbed here, consider it. I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, all things Johnny Depp, waiting for Day Drinker every day. Still got a way to go, though. Alright, I'm rambling. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.